COVID-19 pandemic has shifted priorities around the world to public health protection, and the increased need for PPE has so far depended on single-use plastic. Now, the campaign group A Plastic Planet have joined forces with packaging producers to create plastic-free PPE. And one of the group's co-founders, Sean Sutherland, joins me now. Thank you very much indeed for being with us. I have to say, in covering the coronavirus outbreak, this has been on my mind a little bit, that there must have been an extraordinary generation of throwaway plastic as people took protective measures.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Adam. And I'm sure, particularly working at Sky, where you've been championing, Sky Ocean Rescue for 3 years now, I'm sure it's the forefront of many people's minds. And what we wanted to do at A Plastic Planet is, rather than focus on the problem, we're all aware of the problem, where is all this new single-use plastic going to go? How can we come up with a solution? So that's why we're really proud that, within just a 6-week period, that we can now bring to market a plastic-free PPE visor that not only protects people, but also protects our planet.
I mean, it almost sounds too good to be true, something that does the work of plastic, but isn't plastic.
Exactly. Well, there's a number of amazing biomaterials out there. I'm just going to show you. This is the plastic-free REELshield visor. Costs the same price as the plastic alternatives. This is obviously FSC card, pops it in the paper recycling bin, but this is made out of cellulose. So this is 100% wood pulp derived. So this goes back to nature in a very natural way. It's certified, okay, home composting. We've even teamed up with Terracycle, the recycling people, so that industries, as they go back to work, can perhaps take something that is plastic-free rather than the plastic alternative, and they can work with Terracycle to have their own dedicated bin. You pop that visor in the bin, and Terracycle will guarantee that everything is properly recycled.
Is it a great deal more expensive than plastic?
The price was really important for us, because people will not buy it simply because it's sustainable. They'll buy it if it's the same price. It does exactly the same job. It protects in the same way, but also is sustainable. So one of the things we were keen to do is put people, planet, and the product before profit. So everybody in this partnership, and that's Reelbrands and Transcend Packaging, who are manufacturing it, it's all UK manufactured, are doing this at basically cost, because we want to show that there is a solution out there.
And how far could this technology be extended into all the use of plastics, which we're seeing, plastic bottles, plastic devices? Because, the attraction of plastic, as we know, is that it does seem to be pretty much imperishable in the uses which it serves, and presumably your material isn't.
What the plastic is, as we know, toxic material, absolutely indestructible. That's the amazing thing about plastic. Man invented a material that lasts forever. And what do we use it for? We use it for impermanent things like packaging, single-use items. So we have an opportunity, I think, especially in the UK right now, for us to really focus as we come out of the pandemic, focus on a new economy that is based on biomaterials, rather than reverting to the old technology that we know is polluting our planet at an unprecedented rate, relying on unsustainable fossil fuels. Let's invest in some of these nature-friendly materials. And one of them is definitely paper-based and cellulose.
I mean, for example, could you build milk bottles out of this material that would last for the period of time that typically a milk bottle is used, or could you use it for the cellophane wrappings on goods, particularly foods?
Definitely cellophane, a flow wrap. It's often used for that, and there are a number of UK-based companies that are already moving into that. You can definitely use different laminates and things like crisp packaging. I mean, crisp packaging, I think it's some crazy number, like 7 million produced by one manufacturer alone every single day, of plastic crisp packages that could be made in different materials, made out of plants that go back to nature in the way, nature had an incredible circular economy. We're the ones that broke it, plastic has been a major part of that. The milk bottle itself, I think what is happening that's interesting is people are looking at refill. So people are going back to having their milkmen delivered in glass bottles. The glass bottle goes back. There'll be many areas of change where we look at permanent packaging rather than throwaway packaging, because refill is obviously the most sustainable thing that we can ever do. But when we do have to have something that has a single use, let's make sure that it's something that does not destroy our planet.
Okay, Sean Southern, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.
We can have a quick look at the weather.